Hello everybody, this is MrXkill, and today I'm doing a review on probably one of my favorite game franchises of all time. This is a review of Jak and Daxter: The Lost Frontier for the PlayStation Portable gaming system. But anyway, before I go into the actual review, I wanted to give a little bit of backstory. Pretty much, when I first heard about the PlayStation 2, I think it was like around 2nd grade for me. Before then, I didn't play a lot of video games. We had a PS1, and I think NASCAR and like a SpongeBob game, maybe a golf game. That was it. So, I was used to playing SimCity, StarCraft, games like that before then. And, I went over to a friend's house, and he showed me, he's like, here, this is the PlayStation 2 you want to play. I'm like, huh, well, what's this? And I held the controller. It was really fun, and I think the first game I played for the PlayStation 2 was Jak and Daxter 3. Now, wasn't a multiplayer game, we had to trade off, but it was just so fun playing it, and I never forgot running around and killing all the people in the little town, you know, the outcast town. Not Haven, but the one in the middle of the desert, whatever that's called. Haven't played it for a while. But anyway, so the funny thing is that I love PS2 so much, but I've never actually gotten the chance to actually own one, really. The one we got was one of the first slim ones, and it kind of malfunctioned from the beginning. I mean, just lasted through the 30-day warranty or whatever, and that was it, pretty much. So, yeah, it doesn't work too well right now, but that's why I like the PSP so much. It reminds me of the PS2 in so many ways. And anyway, so I'm doing a review of Jak and Daxter: Lost Frontier, and sadly, this is not a Naughty Dog game, which was kind of disappointing, but not too disappointing because High Impact Games has done a great job with this game. They have nearly, it feels like it would have been a Naughty Dog game. I mean, there are some differences because it's on the PSP and not on the PS2, which you can't help, like there's no dual analog sticks, so it's kind of hard to control the camera with the L and R buttons. But besides that, this is so far probably one of my favorite games on the PSP. And that's not saying a lot, really, because I don't own very many games for the PSP, but I can say, as a gamer, this was probably one of my favorite games I've ever played, you know. So anyway, it's not developed by Naughty Dog, sadly, but it is developed by High Impact Games. They've done a great job. Let's get into the gameplay part of the review. So, this is what it looks like on the menu screen when you pop in the UMD. Let me bring the volume up. Yeah, very cool. It has a very short clip over here, but that doesn't matter, right? Yeah. Start it up. So, it's still, I think, made by, like, Sony in cooperation with, High Impact Games. So they've done a good job, and, this game feels like it's Jak and Daxter 3 almost, but it's a different story, and it's very fun to play. There's a lot of, actual shooting, sequences when you're in airplanes flying around, not on-rail shooting, you know, which is great for the PSP that they strayed from that, and it's kind of open area that you can fly around in and stuff. And I'm going to skip the intro video. I bet you could watch it somewhere else, but pretty basic stuff. So anyway, story is, the world's running out of eco. You go to the brink to, you go to the brink pretty much so you can go and try to find, like, the eco core or something, which is the source from where, quote, all eco flows. And, pretty much, so you go around and you meet these guys, the Europans, and they help you a little bit, and, spoiler alert, you might want to skip 10 seconds or whatever into the future of the video if you want to skip this part. I'm going to tell about the game. Nothing special. But anyway, they end up being the bad guys in the end, and the pirates end up being the good guys, which are complete jerks to you in the beginning, in this video. So anyway, let's get into the game. Right off the bat, I'm going to mention that it reset me all the way to the beginning after I beat the game. I know, that sounds like a lie, and I'm covering for myself to see 74.39%, but, it does that because at the end of the game you unlock Hardened mode, which you can choose to play, and it just pretty much had an okay you know, was just all you could click. So it starts you off with all your armor and stuff, but I was hoping I'd be able to go back and try to beat all the side missions and everything. You know. So anyway, so Jak and Daxter, Jak has all of his original moves back. He has the double jump, you know, the down punch, diving punch, whatever you want to call that. The punch where you go up, spin attack, the one I don't remember that. Or no, I do. From the PS2, the little you're able to jump and then fly down, going like this. Yeah, which is fun. He can climb onto ledges. I mean, it feels like Jak and Daxter 3 for the PS2, and it mimics that gameplay pretty well. The only thing is that this is a PSP game, and I have found a few glitches or so, but besides that, it's fine. So you have a lot of gun mods. You have like this grenade launcher, this pretty basic like rifle thing. This is kind of like a spreader gun. This is a weird little thing that looks like it shoots ice or something. See, yeah, it bounces around a little bit. And yeah, we're back to that. But in this game, Jak doesn't have his Dark Eco powers, which which at first sounds kind of dumb, you know, that was one of the fun things about Jak and Daxter 3, so you're able to turn into Dark Jak and go around and, you know, because it had added melee on there. But to take the place of the Dark Eco, they, like the first game, how they had all the different colors of Eco, they bring that back because they find these Eco crystals that can change Dark Eco into different types of Eco, which you can see my little Dark Eco thing come up here with the number after I killed those animals. But, so pretty much you collect the Eco, and then you're able to spend it on little, things like this, where, like, you shoot it and it blows up, like, things that take, quote, Eco to use. But you're able to use it, and then it kind of, like, resets itself, and the little circle fills up. But there's a lot of them. There's, ones that grow plants, like, this is like a ball that protects you, and you're able to go over Dark Eco spills and stuff that, for some reason, Dark Eco now hurts you, which is kind of weird. There's a lot of different powers, which just adds to the platforming, kind of puzzly games, which, I'm not much of a puzzle fan, but I found the puzzles actually pretty refreshing. But the only thing about the puzzles is when you want to look around to see what you're supposed to do, moving the camera is really hard in this game, considering you can only use the trigger buttons, the L and R, to move the camera around, which really sucks, but, can't help that. I bet if there was a second analog stick, High Impact Games would have surely changed it. But anyway, so there's a lot of little mini games like this, and these are also kind of refreshing away from the nice gameplay. Like, sadly, I can't show you much of the flying around part of the game because it reset me all the way to the beginning. But anyway, when you're flying around, you're able to, if you see like a bad guy or ship like flying around, you're able to go and steal like ship mods from them, and that's another thing that's really fun about this game. And that brings up a really negative part, which I'll get to, but in the game, all the flying sequences and stuff, you have air battles and, you know, dog fights and different things, and you're able to upgrade your ships. It has kind of like an almost, not really an RPG aspect, but pretty close. You collect scrap from doing missions and killing airplanes and stuff, and you're able to spend that scrap and upgrade your airplane, so it makes it easier in the levels and stuff, and it's really fun. And slowly, actually, you collect different airplanes, and it just adds a different type of gameplay to the Jak and Daxter series, which I haven't seen really in any of the other ones, which was new, so it was new to me, but it was fun, and I enjoyed flying around in the ships and everything. And that brings up the negative part. Is probably one of the only negative points I had about this game, is that at the end it only let you restart in the hardened one, which puts you all the way back at the beginning, when I was hoping that I would be able to, like, go and, you know, just go and finish up all the extra, little things and stuff. But, I guess, what I mean by that's go and find all the precursor orbs, beat all the missions, because it did have a mission select menu, which I thought, you know, it'd just let you play parts of the game again, which would have been really fun, I think. But for some reason, it didn't let you do that, which I think was a dumb move, and they should have let you choose the hardened mode from the beginning. Every once in a while, you also find these chests everywhere, But that's pretty much my review for Jak and Daxter, The Lost Frontier. It's a great game. Go out and buy it for your PSP, especially if you're a fan of the Jak and Daxter series, because you'll feel right at home with this. Thanks for watching. Like, I think it's called now, not rate. Comment, subscribe. Check out my new website. I updated it, MrXkill.tk, and thanks for watching.